Hey, RetconRaider here. We're rapidly coming up on Halloween, so today I thought we'd take a quick look at a relatively obscure horror game that's been in the works for the past couple of years. Today I thought we'd talk about Witch House by Wombat and Frog. So what is Witch House? Well, there's not a whole lot of information available just yet, but it sounds like the game is intended to be a turn-based tactical game with an overarching strategic layer, set against a backdrop heavily inspired by the works of H.P. Lovecraft. Witch House takes place in Miskatonic Valley in 1926, right in the middle of the Prohibition era. The stars are aligning, and agents of darkness are ushering in the end times, and the city of Arkham is at the center of it all. The player is given control of the Agents of Armitage, a paranormal investigation agency tasked with preventing the end of the world. But instead of crack commandos or secret agents, the ranks of the organization are populated with strange and esoteric individuals, private detectives, scientists, mobsters, clergymen, and even stage performers. Each will serve an important function both on and off the battlefield. And, more importantly, they come from walks of life that better inure them to the inevitable madness that this sort of work invites. The bulk of the gameplay will involve assembling, training, and equipping a team of investigators before sending them off on various paranormal investigations. These cases will take place in a variety of procedurally generated environments, including haunted mansions, ancient ruins, and alien dreamscapes, as they gather clues and either avoid or confront otherworldly foes. As the player completes investigations, they'll uncover clues that will point them towards a means of preventing the apocalypse, and they'll be forced to make decisions which will have long-term consequences. Their investigators, at least the ones who survive, will also acquire new skills, new personality traits, and will slowly reveal their own secret backstories. Unfortunately, we don't know much about the game beyond that. The developers, an Australian-based team called Frog Wombat, have kept pretty hush-hush about the details. They first showcased the game at PAX Australia back in 2015, and the game was successfully greenlit on Steam in March of 2016. They originally set a release date for the fourth quarter of 2016, but sadly, the game was delayed, though the developers did recently reassure me that the game is still being actively developed, and they're hoping to release more news about it later this year. I know there's not a lot to go on at the moment, but based on the promotional materials that have been released so far, I think that Witch House looks promising enough to warrant keeping an eye on. After all, can you ever really have too much Lovecraft in your life? I'll be keeping an eye out for more news on this title in the future, but for now, this is RetconRaider, signing off. Thanks for listening. Oh, and remember, although I do love talking about Witch House, you can find out more about the game by visiting the official website, or the store page over on Steam. Links are in the description.